Welcome to today's lecture on orthographic projection examples. In the previous lectures, we learned the basic principles of orthographic projection. In this lecture, we will apply those principles using practical examples. We will begin with a simple rectangular block and gradually modify its shape. After every modification, we will observe how the front view, top view, and side view change. By the end of this exercise, you will develop a better understanding of how three-dimensional objects are represented using orthographic projections. Next slide, learning outcome. The objective of this exercise is to strengthen your visualization skills. Instead of learning the rules in theory, we will observe how orthographic views change when the geometry of an object is modified. At every stage, carefully compare the three-dimensional object with its orthographic views. Try to identify which features appear in the front view, which appear in the top view, and which appear in the side view. This method will help you understand engineering drawings more effectively and improve your ability to create orthographic projections accurately. Next slide. Rectangular block. Let us begin with the simplest object, a rectangular block of size 100 millimeters by 30 millimeters by 40 millimeters. The arrow shown in the figure indicates the front viewing direction. This direction is very important because it determines which face of the object becomes the front view. Before looking at the orthographic projections, take a moment to visualize how this block will appear when viewed from the front, from the top, and from the right side. Now let us see the corresponding orthographic views of this block. Next slide. Orthographic projection of the rectangular block. Here are the orthographic projections of the rectangular block using first angle projection. Notice that the object is represented by three separate views: the front view, the top view, and the right side view. Since the block has only flat surfaces without any holes or cuts, each view appears as a simple rectangle with appropriate dimensions. Observe how the length, width, and height of the block are represented in different views. Together, these three views completely describe the shape and size of the rectangular block. This will serve as our reference object for the remaining examples. Next slide. Modified block with through cuts on both sides. Now, let us modify the original rectangular block. In this example, through cuts have been made on both sides of the block. These cuts pass completely through the object, changing its shape. Observe the modified block carefully. Before looking at its orthographic projections, try to imagine how these cuts will appear in the front view, the top view, and the side view. Think about which edges will be visible and how the openings created by the cuts will be represented. Now, let us verify our understanding by looking at the orthographic projections of this modified block. Next slide. Orthographic projection. Here are the orthographic projections of the modified block. Compare these views with those of the original rectangular block. Notice how the through cuts introduce additional visible edges in the orthographic views. Each view clearly represents the effect of the cuts from a different viewing direction. Some features are more prominent in one view than in the others. This example shows that even a simple geometric modification can significantly change the appearance of the orthographic projections. Always compare the three-dimensional object with all three views to understand how each feature is represented. Next slide. Block with 10 mm diameter through holes on both sides. In this example, the block is modified once again. Instead of side cuts, the block now has 10 mm diameter through holes on both sides. Observe the location and orientation of these holes carefully. Depending on the viewing direction, a hole may appear as a circle or as parallel edges. Before moving to the next slide, try to predict how these holes will appear in the front view, top view, and side view. Let us now examine the corresponding orthographic projections. Next slide, orthographic projection. Here are the orthographic projections of the block with through holes. Observe how the holes are represented in each view. In the view where the hole is seen along its axis, it appears as a circle. In the other views, it is represented by its projected edges and, where necessary, hidden lines. Compare these projections with the previous example and notice how replacing cuts with holes changes the appearance of the orthographic views. This demonstrates that the shape and orientation of a feature determine how it is represented in engineering drawings. Next slide. Introducing 15 mm diameter through center hole. Let us further modify the block. In addition to the existing features, a 15 mm diameter through hole has now been introduced at the center of the block. Observe the position of this hole carefully. Since it passes completely through the block, it will influence all the orthographic views. Depending on the viewing direction, the hole may appear as a circle or as projected edges. Before looking at the orthographic projections, try to visualize how this central hole will be represented in the front view, top view, and side view. Now, let us see the corresponding orthographic projections. Next slide. Orthographic projection. Here are the orthographic projections of the modified block with the 15 mm diameter center hole. Compare these views with the previous example. Notice how the newly introduced hole creates additional features in the orthographic views. Observe carefully in which view the hole appears as a circle and in which views it appears as projected edges. Also notice how the center of the hole is represented using center lines. This example demonstrates that every new feature added to an object must be correctly represented in all the required orthographic views. Next slide. Introducing 10 mm radius fillets on the top edges. The block is now modified once again. This time, 10 mm radius fillets are provided along the top edges of the block. A fillet replaces a sharp corner with a smooth curved surface. Observe where these fillets are introduced and think about how they will affect the appearance of the object. Before moving to the next slide, try to predict in which orthographic view the curved edges will be clearly visible and how they will be represented. Let us now look at the orthographic projections of this modified block. Next slide. Orthographic projection. Here are the orthographic projections of the block after adding the 10 mm radius fillets. Observe how the sharp corners seen in the earlier examples are now replaced by smooth curves in the appropriate views. Notice that the effect of the fillets is not the same in every view. Depending on the viewing direction, the curved surfaces may be seen clearly in one view, while their effect may be less noticeable in another. This example highlights the importance of studying all three orthographic views together to understand the complete geometry of an object. Next slide. Introducing 20 mm radius rounds at the base edges, let us make one final modification to the block. In this example, 20 mm radius rounds are introduced at the base edges of the block. Unlike the previous modification, where the top edges were rounded using feelers, this change affects the lower portion of the object. Observe the rounded base edges carefully and notice how they change the overall shape of the block. Before looking at the orthographic projections, try to imagine how these rounded edges will appear in the front view, top view, and side view. Think about which views will clearly show the curved profile. Now, let us examine the corresponding orthographic projections. Next slide. Orthographic projection. Here are the orthographic projections of the final modified block. Compare these views with those from all the previous examples. Observe how each modification made to the three-dimensional object is reflected in its orthographic views. Notice the effect of the through cuts, through holes, center hole, top fillets, and base rounds. Each feature is represented differently depending on the viewing direction, but together the front view, top view, and side view completely describe the object. This exercise demonstrates an important principle of engineering graphics. Any change made to a three-dimensional object must be accurately represented in its orthographic projections. By repeatedly comparing the object with its corresponding views, you will develop the visualization skills needed to read and create engineering drawings confidently. This brings us to the end of this lecture. Thank you for your attention, and I will see you in the next class.